Who is Sentry, the most powerful Marvel hero? Hey there, Marvel fans. Ever wondered who might be the most powerful hero in the Marvel Universe? Sure, we've got heavy hitters like Thor, Hulk, and Doctor Strange, but today we're diving into a hero who just might outshine them all. Meet the Sentry. In today's video, we'll explore who the Sentry is, uncover his astonishing origins, delve into his jaw-dropping powers, and examine his complex duality with his dark side, the Void. We'll also look at his key story arcs, relationships with other heroes, and impact on the Marvel Universe. By the end, we'll tackle the big question: is the Sentry truly the most powerful Marvel hero? The origin of Sentry. So, who exactly is the Sentry? Back in 2000, writer Paul Jenkins and artist Jay Lee introduced us to this enigmatic character in the limited series The Sentry. They aimed to create a hero as powerful as he was tragic, a figure who could stand with the greatest heroes and villains in Marvel history. The Sentry, real name Robert Reynolds, appeared seemingly out of nowhere. Within the comics, he's portrayed as a long-forgotten hero that everyone, including readers, somehow forgot. Talk about a meta-concept. As a struggling man battling addiction, Robert stumbled upon the professor behind the super soldier serum. Yep, Captain America's. In a desperate search, Robert ingested the professor's latest experiment, the Golden Sentry Serum. This wasn't any ordinary serum. The Golden Sentry Serum was a potent formula believed to harness the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns. The serum granted Robert immeasurable power, but also birthed a dark entity known as the Void. After gaining his powers, the Sentry became a beacon of hope, fighting alongside heroes like the Fantastic Four and the Avengers. However, his existence was mysteriously erased from everyone's memories, including his own, leading to one of Marvel's most intriguing storylines: powers and abilities. Now, let's talk about what makes the Sentry such a formidable force in the Marvel Universe: his absolutely incredible powers. First off, the Sentry possesses superhuman strength that's off the charts. We're talking about a guy who can go toe-to-toe with the Hulk and come out on top. Whether lifting massive objects or battling giant monsters, his strength is virtually limitless. He also has superhuman speed and agility, allowing him to move and react faster than the eye can see. Imagine flying around the globe in seconds. That's the Sentry for you. Speaking of flying, the Sentry can soar through the skies and space with his flight capabilities. He can travel at speeds exceeding light itself, making him one of the fastest beings in existence. Then there's his energy projection and manipulation. The Sentry can emit powerful beams of light and energy from his eyes and hands, strong enough to obliterate almost anything in their path. Plus, he can absorb and manipulate energy from external sources. One of his more mind-boggling abilities is molecular manipulation. He can control matter at a molecular level, rearranging or even creating matter. This power is so vast that he once put himself back together after being disintegrated. His near immortality and regenerative healing make him incredibly hard to kill. He can recover from virtually any injury, no matter how severe. And let's not forget the tagline often associated with him: the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns. It's a poetic way to describe just how immense his power truly is. Combined, these abilities make the Sentry one of the most overpowered heroes in Marvel's lineup. Some might say he's too powerful, but his immense strength is offset by his complex psyche and personal struggles. The Void, Sentry's dark side. But every light casts a shadow, and for the Sentry, that shadow is the Void. The Void is the dark manifestation of all of Robert Reynolds' fears and negative emotions, a malevolent force equal in power, but opposite in intent. The duality of Sentry and the Void is one of the most intriguing aspects of his character. While the Sentry embodies hope and heroism, the Void represents despair and destruction. It's like having Superman and his own personal supervillain sharing the same body. Whenever the Sentry's powers are unleashed, there's a risk that the Void will emerge. The Void has wreaked havoc multiple times, bringing devastation that rivals even the most catastrophic events. One key conflict was during the Siege storyline, where the Void fully takes over, leading to catastrophic battles against the Avengers and Asgard itself. Heroes are pushed to their limits trying to stop this almost unstoppable force. The presence of the Void adds layers to Sentry's relationships with other heroes. They can't fully trust him, knowing that the Void could surface at any moment. This makes him both a powerful ally and a potential ticking time bomb. Key story arcs. The Sentry's journey is marked by some truly epic storylines. Let's highlight a few. Starting with the Sentry Limited series, where it all began. This series introduces us to Robert Reynolds and unravels the mystery of why the world forgot about one of its greatest heroes. Next, his involvement with the New Avengers. After the original Avengers disband, Sentry joins the new team. His immense power is valuable, but his unstable nature causes tension. These storylines delve into his struggles to fit in and control the Void. In World War Hulk, the Hulk returns seeking revenge. Sentry is initially reluctant, but eventually confronts the Hulk. Their battle is one for the ages, two of Marvel's most powerful beings clashing. Finally, the Siege storyline, a pivotal moment where the Void takes over completely, leading to the destruction of Asgard. Heroes face impossible choices, culminating in a tragic conclusion where Thor must stop him. These arcs showcase not only his abilities, but also his inner turmoil and the consequences of his actions. They explore themes of redemption, trust, and the fine line between heroism and destruction. Relationships with other characters. The Sentry's relationships are as complex as his psyche. Being both a powerhouse and a potential threat, his interactions are layered with trust and trepidation. With the Avengers, Sentry finds a place to strive to be a hero among heroes. Characters like Captain America try to help him harness his abilities and overcome his demons. Their friendship is built on mutual respect. Iron Man, ever the strategist, recognizes the tactical advantage but is wary of the risks. This cautious alliance adds tension, especially when the Void looms. His relationships aren't limited to heroes. His power attracts villains wanting to manipulate him or test their strength. His struggle with the Void sometimes puts him at odds with allies, blurring lines between friend and foe. Interactions with characters like Reed Richards showcase attempts to understand his condition. Reed's scientific approach offers a different perspective on his abilities and mental health challenges. Psychological complexity. One of the most compelling aspects of the Sentry is his psychological depth. Robert isn't just battling external villains, he's fighting internal wars. He suffers from severe mental health issues, including agoraphobia, schizophrenia, and memory loss. These aren't minor traits, they're central to his story. His schizophrenia manifests as the Void, blurring reality and delusion. The Void embodies his darkest fears, creating an internal struggle between heroism and destruction. Memory loss adds another layer, leading to confusion and isolation. This loss of self makes it hard to control his powers or trust others. His agoraphobia often keeps him isolated. Despite incredible abilities, he sometimes finds it unbearable to step outside. These struggles impact his heroism, making him unpredictable. Marvel uses his battles to explore stigma, self-acceptance, and living with mental illness, humanizing the experience. Impact on the Marvel Universe. The Sentry's introduction wasn't just another hero joining, it was a game changer. His power and complexity have significantly altered story dynamics. In events like World War Hulk and Siege, his actions are pivotal. His battles cause massive destruction, forcing heroes to make tough decisions. His presence brings unpredictability. Allies and enemies are unsure of where he stands. This adds tension, especially within the Avengers, who weigh his power against the risks. Other heroes perceive him with awe, fear, and empathy. Some express concern over his mental state, while others recognize the potential threat. He challenges traditional narratives, pushing boundaries of heroism in a world filled with superpowered individuals. His impact is profound. He doesn't just participate, he shapes stories. Comparisons to other powerful heroes. When talking about the most powerful heroes, names like Superman from DC, Hulk, and Thor often come up. How does the Sentry stack up? Like Superman, the Sentry has vast powers, super strength, flight, invulnerability. Both are near invincible. But while Superman is a symbol of hope, the Sentry is plagued by inner demons. Comparing him to the Hulk, both have seemingly limitless strength. They've clashed multiple times, often ending in stalemates. Their battles highlight matched power levels. As for Thor, the god of thunder wields mystical powers. The Sentry's abilities often surpass even Thor's, but Thor's experience gives him an edge in some situations. What sets the Sentry apart is his molecular manipulation and the existential threat of the Void. His internal struggle makes him uniquely dangerous. Debates about who is the most powerful continue, but his combination of immense power and psychological vulnerability makes him stand out. The future of Sentry in comics and media. So what's next for the Sentry? In comics, he sees various revivals, with writers exploring new facets. Future storylines might delve into separating him from the Void or alternate realities. As for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, fans speculate about his appearance. Introducing him could shake up the MCU, presenting new challenges. Given Marvel's exploration of mental health in shows like WandaVision, his psyche could offer rich storytelling. Fan theories abound. Some suggest subtle hints have been dropped. Others believe he could join a new Avengers lineup or appear as an antagonist. Ultimately, his future is ripe with possibilities. Whether in comics or on screen, he offers depth and complexity that can captivate audiences. Conclusion. We've journeyed through the origins, powers, struggles, and impact of the Sentry, a hero unlike any other. From wielding the power of a million exploding suns to battling his own dark side, he embodies both the pinnacle of power and the depths of vulnerability. So, is the Sentry the most powerful Marvel hero? It's a tough call. His abilities place him at the top, and his internal conflicts add layers few others have. Perhaps what makes him truly fascinating isn't just his power, but the balance between his immense abilities and human flaws. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think the Sentry holds the title of Marvel's most powerful hero? How do you feel about his complex character? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and share this video with fellow Marvel enthusiasts. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all things Marvel. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey. Until next time, keep exploring the universe, one comic at a time.